Hello, this is Mark Battaglini, I'm Chief Strategy Officer for the Alliance for Regenerative Medicine, and welcome to ARM Studio. I have the privilege of talking to Kinnari Patel today with Rocket Pharma. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for joining us.
This is great. I love being here at the meeting and having this conversation I'm excited about.
Wonderful. Why don't we start off by just telling us a little bit about Rocket Pharma?
So Rocket Pharmaceuticals, we started about 8 years ago. Initially, we started as an ex vivo lenti company focused on a simple concept, really three concepts. One, going after monogenic genetic diseases that have significant unmet medical need, no treatment options. And it honestly required a technology that was de-risked. So that was pretty cool. So starting with the de-risk technology, gene therapy, patients with urgent medical need, and ability to replace a corrected gene with the gene that wasn't functioning. And since then, Rocket Pharmaceuticals evolved to now have both AAV and lenti platform. And we've also evolved from ultra-rare diseases to rare diseases. And now we're targeting cardiac gene therapy, which is really cool because Danon disease impacts 50 to 30,000 patients, US and Europe. PKP2, 50,000+ patients. So the trajectory of making gene therapy more accessible to lots of patients around the world is really cool and exciting.
Right. We heard from Bill Smith at Pharma today talk about how gene and cell therapy is moving to more prevalent diseases. We chatted yesterday. You mentioned that you're going to have a busy 2 years coming up. You're filing for a BLA and this year and again in 2024. Can you share what that looks like?
Sure. So we already filed our first BLA, which was really cool because we submitted our IND in late 2018. And now, less than 5 years later, we have a BLA for LAD1. It's a primary immunodeficiency disorder where, unfortunately, 2/3 of the kids die by the age of 2. So talk about devastating nature of a disease, unmet medical need. So we submitted that to the FDA. We have a PDUFA date of March 31st, 2024. And right now, as we speak, we're in conversations with EMA and FDA, and our team is writing away our BLA and MAA for Fanconi anemia. Fanconi anemia is another monogenic disease that impacts mostly pediatric patients, but adults as well. Devastating disease, only treatment option is bone marrow transplant if a patient is lucky enough to have it.
Great. What's the patient prevalence of that?
For those diseases, the LAD1 is more of a 25 to 50 patients, US and Europe.
Ultra rare.
Ultra rare. Fanconi anemia, it's a bit bigger, 5,000 patients, US and Europe. You go to next pyruvate kinase PKD disease, pyruvate kinase deficiency. That's 5,000 to 7,000 patients, US and Europe. And then you go step into it one step at a time. What we're doing is de-risking the technology so that we can take it to bigger and bigger indications. And I think the coolest thing is being able to show for the first time ever that gene therapy works in a cardiac disease.
Right. You've been in gene therapy how long?
8 years. So before that, I was in immuno-oncology, Opdivo at BMS, from an IND to a BLA. And then the coolness about how do we cure a disease, one and done, was so exciting. So I had to jump into this field. I'm a novice, but I love the collaboration and the science from amazing experts that have worked in this field for 20+ years. We can learn from that.
Great. Anything particularly that you remember your 8 years that stand out?
Meeting the patients. For us, patients are our North Star. So having these kids that have been treated come visit us, meet them, and they're living a normal life, not hospitalized, alive, thriving. I mean, to me, every patient, we take care of them as if it was our loved one. And to be able to do that for about 40+ patients at Rocket across all of our programs, and 3 years from now, we're hoping to do that for 4,000+ patients. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, we're talking about more about patient focus over the next day or two as well. So, Kinnari, what motivates you to do this work?
I started my career in getting genetics degree and pharmacy degree, and I was lucky to do a rotation with the FDA Orphan Products Group with Dr. Marlene Hefner 20+ years ago. And that's when I learned about rare diseases. I thought it was so unfair that there weren't treatment options available for rare diseases, especially because 50% of them impact the kids. So to me, my goal has always been making more therapies available for patients that really have unmet medical need and no treatment options. So that's kind of my North Star.
Great. Fantastic. Good motivation.
Definitely. Patients are at the heart of everything.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.